Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special Friday night live edition of Pre-Match Posh. We couldn't bring you it through video as we usually would like to, just because of a very busy week for everyone. It's coming up to Christmas, and Posh are travelling to Fleetwood on Saturday to try and pick up another 3 points. We'll discuss that as well as a lot of news off the pitch today on Pre-Match Posh Live. Well, we're back with a bang. It's been a free week, which it seemed unusual. It feels like we've been playing Saturday, Tuesday for ages, but I don't know if that's just me. But we've had a clear week, and we're back for some football. And I think it's fair to say we're all a bit excited for Posh to play tomorrow, aren't we, Tobber?
Mate, I cannot wait. I'm absolutely buzzing to be going to an away day again. Get me in that bloody terrace. I can't wait for it.
Fleetwood away.
What do you say?
What'd you say?
No, I said you're buzzing for Fleetwood away.
Of course he is.
It's an away
Get
day.
him in that away.
It's an away day.
It's a sentence no one's ever said.
To be fair, I think Posh fans have had a little bit of a grudge against Fleetwood for a while now, just because they always seem to be the thorn in our side. I mean, they did the double over us last season, home and away, both 1-0 wins, and that was pretty infuriating. And we haven't had the best record against Fleetwood in the past. You know, we tend to struggle, but if you're gonna play them, now is the time to play them, isn't it? We'll just quickly go through Fleetwood's form. So they've lost their last 5 in all competitions, including their last 3 league games. They last 3 league games, they've lost 3-0, supplemented by 4-0 losses in the Cup to Cambridge and a 3-0 loss in the Cup to Derby. So it's not looking very good up there at Fleetwood at the moment, is it?
No, mate, but it's like I said before, it's Fleetwood vs Peterborough, so anything could happen. And they have got our boy up top, Jack Marriott, haven't they? So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm confident. I think we will win, but it's a little bit shaky.
Yeah, I mean, it's not one of those ones, those easier away days. You know, like Shrewsbury the following week, I'm feeling pretty comfortable about. You know, I'm feeling pretty comfortable about Shrewsbury. Maybe that's false hope, but Fleetwood, when I just see it in the calendar, you're like, it's such a banana skin, isn't it, Caden?
Yeah. Last season, they that 1-0 loss was one of the worst things I've ever seen. It was very frustrating. They got, I would say, a very, very lucky goal. Although, they got a lucky goal, and they just sat on that, and they were really hard to score against, and we could not score against them.
Yeah. I mean, they're always going to be a team that play to be difficult to break down, play to be, you know, pragmatic, and then when they can, attack, they don't put attack first in any way. And I know that's not what I know that's not what Peterborough are about. And we're like the opposite of each other, aren't we? We're like a very attacking team who attack first and defend second, and they're the opposite. And do you think that will? Which way do you think that's going to go, Tobber? Do you reckon that's going to be awkward for us or awkward for them, or both?
Can I ask the question again, mate, please? I was just reading the comments. I was living life in the comments. Then I heard my name. I was like, hang on a minute, he's talking to me.
Yeah, I know. You get a lot of love on the live stream comments, don't you? No, I was saying, I mean, it's going to be a bad game of football. I think we've all accepted that. It's not going to be one for the neutral. You know, it's going to be attack versus defence for a lot of it. Fleetwood put a defence first, Posh put attack first. So what do you think is going to come out on top?
We are, mate. We've got a much better team in every area of the pitch. Even if it doesn't go well, we can bring on players who are better than them anyway. It will literally just be us attacking for 90 minutes. And if it ends 0-0, I will be fuming. But I don't think they'll go for anything. I think they'll have less than 3 shots all game. I don't think we have to worry about anything, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games, Caden, isn't it? Where, you know, it's whoever scores the first goal. If it's Fleetwood, we're in for a very, very long game. If it's Posh, we'll be in for a very, very easy game, because I feel like one goal is all it's going to take to sort of break that Fleetwood wall in a way.
Yeah, if we get an early goal, if we go all out to get an early goal, that would be brilliant. And then I wouldn't say sit on it. I mean, I would like to get a second goal. If we could get a second goal, then I would say we would be a lot more confident, because usually when we go 2-0 up, we are okay. I mean, I don't want to jinx that, but yeah, I reckon if we go 2-0 up, we win the game.
Yeah, I think the first goal is going to be really important. And you look at it from a mentality perspective as well. Fleetwood are absolutely, they're atrocious at the moment. They are. And, I'm a fan of Nappers on YouTube. I don't know if anyone else here has watched him, but he looks so demoralised. And he said, this season, he's just not enjoying watching his football team play, which is never a nice thing for a fan. But I think if we can get one goal early, the crowd will turn, their heads will go down, and then we could really, really batter them. We'll talk more about Fleetwood later in the video, but I think I was asked, we got a couple of messages and mentioned in a couple of things earlier, asking us to talk about the off the field news. So a Posh Club statement this morning came out, if for anyone that hasn't seen it, saying that Darren McAntony has regained a majority stake in Peterborough United, that Randy and Jason, so the two Canadians, have resigned from the board, and that they are going to be, I think what you can read from it is that they're going to be a lot less involved and they have a lot less say in Peterborough United now, and it's back to sort of Dara on his own in a way. How do you guys feel about that news in the comments, and how do you, Tobber and Caden, feel about that news as well?
I personally quite like Darren McAntony, and yeah, I think it's brilliant news. Get him in charge. Get him in charge. I'm really happy with the news, to be honest. Really happy with him. Caden's put in the face. He doesn't agree with me. Shock.
I think he's pulling a face at the fact you called him Darren McAntony.
Yeah, that for one, and the fact that he said put him in charge.
Hello. In charge on the board, you spoon. Not in charge of the team.
Well, he always has been.
No,
even though Randy and Jason were there,
even
though Randy and Jason were there, they didn't really have much influence.
Yeah, I guess the thing is, you have to think about, with Dara in the past, in the last couple of years, we've not been as decisive and like quick to act as we should have been in some situations. And you wonder if that is because Dara had to consult two other co-owners in that. Now he's sort of got his own prerogative. He can do what he likes. Not what he likes, obviously. He's got other members of the board to stop him, and he's got a CEO. But he is in a much better position to implement his ideas. I mean, realistically, nothing's going to change. It's not like this week was like something like last week was different, and now there's a new era upon us. Nothing's going to change. The day-to-day running of the club, the way we operate in the transfer market is going to be the same. But I think it does feel nice. When you talk about things like the Athletic article in the summer, which said we were going into administration, and just the little headlines every now and again that just, they do raise your heart rate a little bit. And it's nice to know that at least a little part of that is sorted, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, completely agree.
Yeah, I've seen a very, very interesting comment. Well, I don't know. I feel like that trend I thought had died, the whole get Tally in, get rid of Posh. I mean, this is the Posh goalkeeper, and I know he's a lad that plays for the academy, so he probably is more, qualified to talk about the whole Peterborough United goalkeeping situation than us. But I mean, Billy-Capic has been very, very solid in recent weeks, hasn't he?
Have faith in Billy-Capic. I think people are forgetting that he's 20 years of age. It's his first season in senior football. Like, he's going to make mistakes, but he's kept us in a lot of games this season. Keep him from going forward. Tally, he played all right against Arsenal in 21. Saved the penalty, made a few decent saves, but it's Arsenal 21's not really been tested, is it?
Yeah, I think it's one of the ones where if you look at, he's good now. I mean, I think he is, I'd say, in the top half of goalkeepers in League One, ability-wise. Sometimes he makes mistakes, but if you have a goalkeeper in League One, it's very rare that you're going to have a goalkeeper that doesn't make mistakes, or a player that doesn't make mistakes, to be fair. I think if you look at him now, he's going to be very, very good in 3 years, isn't he? When he's towards the end of his deal.
Yeah, he's got a lot of potential, and if he's this good now, imagine how good he'll be in 3 years' time.
Yeah, and I mean he's getting clean sheets. He's got the third highest clean sheets in the league this season. Or joint second, should I say? He's got more home clean sheets than any team. I think. He's really. He looks comfortable, especially now with a defense that has been so solid for quite a while in front of him. He does look a lot more comfortable, doesn't he?
Yeah, and the communication with the defense is very important with the goalkeeper as well. And if we were to bring Tally in, you've not got that because we've had Bilo in with our team for some time now this season.
Yeah, so we'll move on back towards the football. That was just a little detour just to talk about that ownership situation quickly, but we'll talk about Jack Marriott, who obviously still plays for Fleetwood. I think he's been in and out of the team, so I'm not sure if he'll start on Saturday or not. What kind of reception do you think he'll get from that Posh away end tomorrow?
You should hope it's a good one. Top talk.
Yeah. It won't be bad. It won't be bad. However, if Kabongo comes on, I don't know what would happen then.
Imagine if we boo him because he's still our player.
I mean,
he can't play.
Can he play?
Parent club. Yeah, no mind.
Yeah, I assume he can't play. It would be pretty crazy if he did play, especially because he was a very popular lad in the dressing room before he left, and he definitely wouldn't be that when he came back if he manages to score tomorrow. But yeah, I think the reception will be fine for him. I'll tell you who the reception won't be fine for, and that's Mr. Broom in the middle. He will not get a nice reception from Posh fans, will he?
Why not?
I just don't think. I just don't like him. He's
him.
Like one of them ex-Posh players, and he wasn't popular. He wasn't popular, really.
He didn't really get given the chance. A lot like a lot of players at Posh during that period, during those couple of seasons, with obviously George Grant being another one of those similar type of player as well. He didn't really get given the chance, did he?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. I don't think, especially because he played against us last season and was very good for Cheltenham, and gave it a bit massive a couple of times, which I didn't take fondly to, but he should get a fine reception. So we are going to do a short live tonight because obviously it's pre-match Posh timing. We usually make the videos about 5 minutes, getting down. We're doing better on the recording times. I remember at the start it would be like 45 minutes of raw, unedited pre-match Posh footage for Caden to get his teeth sunk into, and now we've managed to get it down to about 15 to 20 minutes. So we'll talk for the predictions league. I'll give you a quick recap on the standings so far in that predictions league, and then because this is a pre-match Posh technically, we're claiming that this is going to be a part of the predictions league. So let me get it up. Right now, the league is looking like, so Tobber's top, and Max is second, and I'm not going to tell what the bottom two is looking like. But yeah, that's the case. And anyway, we'll move on to predictions. So Tobber, do you want to give me your first Peterborough United goal scorer for tomorrow and your final score prediction?
I will, and I'll continue to be top for the rest of the season because I'm the greatest person of all time. Tomorrow we're going to win 4-0, and Mason Clark will score first.
Yeah, that's very ambitious, but I do rate it, and I think if we get that first goal, as you said, I think Fleetwood will crumble.
Hello. I'm not sure if it was just me that heard Charlie Lack there, but my prediction, I'm not sure because I feel like a draw could be coming, but I'll stay positive. I'll go a 2-0 Posh win. I'll go with Mason Clark first goal scorer. Why not? Let's go Mason Clark.
So copying Tobber, are we, with the first goal scorer? And I think it's going to be 3-1 Posh tomorrow. I think we'll score the first two, then they'll pull one back, and then we'll clinch it. And I think the first Posh goal scorer is going to be Hector Cipriano. I reckon he's going to continue on what he did on Saturday, which was score again. So yeah, that's it then. Thank you guys for joining us. In the comments, thank you for your comments. We've had some interesting ones, but yeah, we'll be back next week for some more pre-match pods. Looking forward to Shrewsbury, and then we need to figure out what we're going to do for that crazy busy festive period, because we play games on Boxing Day, on the 29th, on New Year's Day. Some massive games. I'm very much looking forward to it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember, get your PUFC stickers. Do it. Here is the information on how you can get them. And yeah, thank you guys very much for joining us. Thank you to Tobber and Caden once more. And we'll be back for pre-match Posh next week. Cheers, guys.